Hey flower lovers, welcome to Everything Flowers. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a beautiful arrangement with an Oasis floral foam ball. Because it's autumn and I love it, we're going to be celebrating that fact with these beautiful autumn leaves and berries. Here is the ball we're going to use. It's nice and big. You can get smaller ones if you prefer to do a smaller one. So we need to soak the Oasis floral foam in a nice bucket of water. Now watch. See how it floats? It's going to take a wee while, and then once it's nice and full of water, it'll sink to the bottom. Now we have our saturated ball. We're going to need a nice towel to put down first. Can't have that dripping everywhere. Oh, and she's a bit heavy. Oh. Pop that down there. Get rid of our bucket. So you're going to need something to put this on. Now I went for a walk and I found the most beautiful piece of driftwood. Once again, I love my driftwood. But look at it. It's perfect for what I need it for. It's got this wee dent in here, so it's going to hold that ball nicely. I'll just pop that in there. It's even got some little stabby things for it. Okay. Now, I'll take a knife and make a nice slice in there. And then again, so you're kind of making a bit of a V, kind of half crescent in there. Just pull that out. Now you see that is where the flowers will go when we're ready for that part. Get rid of the knife, don't need those sharp things hanging around. And we're going to need to make some little wire pins. Take your wire, again with the 18 or 24 gauge wire. It's the same thing, 18 or 24. And your little sharp scissors. These are fantastic. These will cut any kind of flower, unless it's like a woody stem. And all of the wire. I cut quite a few at one time and bend them round like that to create some little pins. Also, cutting the wires on an angle just means you've got a bit of a sharper edge to poke through the leaves. They don't need to be too big, just like, I don't know, a good inch or so. We're not trying to hold down anything too heavy, so they don't need to be very long. Last ones. Oop. Don't want to lose all those. Be like pickup sticks. Okay, now let's get cracking with the leaves. So you can choose any type of leaf you want. I mean, you could even do this arrangement at another time of year when all the leaves are green. It's up to you, but I love the autumnal colours. So, you got your leaf, you got your pin. Let's do it around this side so you can see. We'll go one there and one there. And that is how we're going to cover the whole ball. So overlapping the leaves as well, because although the ball has got water in it, it's not going to feed that water to the leaves because they're just sitting on the edge. So you want to overlap them because as they dry out, they will shrink. So I've almost finished covering this lovely autumnal ball. I just wanted to give you another pointer, and that was when you're overlaying the leaves, just try and cover as many of the wee pins as you can. So just layer on, keep on layering until you can't see any of the pins. Well, as few as possible. You're always going to see a couple. And then you'll end up with a wee leaf covered ball that looks something like this one. Okay, so now's the fun part. Now we get to put the flowers in. Get rid of those pins. And we're going to start with some of these lovely berries. Right. Now I kind of want to put these in a cross-hatch kind of pattern, just so we can try and cover up the Oasis that's in there. So again, remembering to cut on a nice sharp angle to give that as much drinking surface as you can for the plants. Now, I can't remember the name of this berry, so maybe one of you out there knows who it is. I think it starts with an O, but I'm not 100% sure. This is something I foraged from a friend's garden. Okay, so I've got quite a lot of that Oasis covered up. We're going to put some lovely rose hips in there. Just keeping with that theme of autumn and harvest and stuff. And kind of following those lines as well that you've got with that kind of V shape in there. And we're going to use some ivy. Got a couple of trails because I'd like to put some coming out of the mouth of the ball. And you can kind of weave it through the log a wee bit. This one's a bit longer, so I'm going to put it further back. And then you can get that lovely shape going on. Spin it round and link it through. And I might put one more just out the back here, just to continue that line that you've got going on. And now we've got some of these lovely wee chrysanthemums. I've been calling them golden buttons because I think that's exactly what they look like. Removing any foliage that's going to be in the way. And just pop them in with the rose hips. I'm not making them very orderly because I think that's kind of, you know, a bit more wild and free. Just kind of zigzag them across. And use the smaller ones to come out the ends. And the ones that have got a bit more chunk to them in the center. Try and get different levels in there as well. It's always nice to play with levels and flowers. Not only does it look better, but it gives them more space to breathe. It's always good to have air coming around your flowers so they don't get all tight and claustrophobic. And that's when the mold comes in. So I got one more lucky last, and I think I want him there. So I kind of measure that stem a wee bit. And place it in there. And there you have a nice autumnal ball, kind of like a little mohawk. Voila. Okay, so whenever you're working with Oasis, just remember that it does dry out about 1 centimetre a day. So you will need to keep watering it. Every second day is okay, and just wherever you can see a wee bit of space. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Everything Flowers. If you have any tips or feedback, get in touch on the website. I'd love to hear from you. Until next week, stay classy, flower lovers.